This session is about discipline, or spirit versus flesh. And as I've said, when we're on a spiritual level, a spiritual walk, then we start to find ourselves being pulled away from those things we're addicted to. And I talked about, being addicted to negative people. We don't need that. Because if those are the people who you're drawing to you, then you got to change yourself. We talked about foods, pulling away from certain foods, changing the way you eat, changing how often you eat. Drugs, alcohol, that is another addiction people have to overcome. And I feel very fortunate because I've never drank. So I don't have an understanding, and I'm happy about not having an understanding about what you find or what you're drawn, what draws you to this. And I know that it's very difficult to pull away from it. When it comes to marijuana, people want to say, oh, it's not a drug or it's not addictive, but that's not true because there are many people who have a problem pulling away from marijuana. And let's understand this. Yes, it is a natural herb, and I feel that marijuana is a drug that has principles in it that will help you on a spiritual level. However, it is a misused plant. It's misused. And so when you light it up, it becomes a drug. Now, if you're going to put it in your salad and eat it, okay, that's one thing. You're using it for the properties that it has. But if you're going to light it up, well, you just created a drug. And so that becomes the issue. And so let me say this about this drug. It has a spiritual essence. It has a spiritual essence. And see, this is why I have people come to me. They always coming to me about something, and it involves marijuana. When they're talking about this traffic, the issues with the law, the legal system, marijuana is involved. And then what you have to understand is that it's going to attract a certain type of people to you if you're doing that. And then I have to ask, when you're dealing with people who are using this drug called marijuana, are these people really advancing themselves? Are these people who are really in a situation where you see them doing things positive and they're constantly on the move, growing? If not, then you want to let that substance go, because every time I see somebody dealing with it, it has caused them harm. They're in this legal situation whereby it's like, oh, well, you know what? They charged me with this, and this. And then it was some marijuana involved. So what if it's legal? What I'm asking you is, are the people who are around you using it, do you see them advancing themselves? If you don't, then you got to get some discipline about yourself and move away from that drug and those people who are doing it. Discipline. Go ahead, chosen one. See, what scientists show, honey, don't be calling me sweetheart. We have an issue up in here. Honey, what scientists show is that marijuana, as I said, it has the ability to help with cancer and other things like that. That's not when you light it up. That is just the physical principles of it. We know the medicinal properties of marijuana. I said when you smoke it, and scientists will tell you this, it becomes a drug, sweetheart. So you want to look that up. And for those of y'all who have an issue with the fact that I'm letting you know that you're using a drug, look around. You don't even have to believe me. Look around you. When you smoking and puff passing, look at this person over here you puff passing to, and see where they are in life. If they're not trying to advance themselves, then you need to check yourself. Why you puff passing with this person? And see, what happened is people will get upset with me because I'm interfering. I'm telling you something opposite to what you want to hear. This is for mature people who want to grow up. If you're not here to grow up, this is not the channel for you. Check yourself. Scientists show that yes, marijuana has medicinal properties to cure cancer, but not when you light it. Okay, I want to go on because we talked about marijuana and drugs. Marijuana is a drug if you lighten it. Now, let me say this too before I get off of the marijuana topic, because I'm going to go into men and women. I'm going to go into sex. A lot of us don't even know that there's a such thing as male and female plants. I didn't know this before I start dealing with and learning about marijuana. But plants have, or some plants, marijuana being one, has a male and a female. You know, when we're talking about most of the plants that we see out here in society, these are male plants. And somebody was reading something the other day, was talking about how, you know, people have allergies because most of these plants, they're producing these pollens. These are male plants producing these pollens. And that's why they're causing you issues. Your body is fighting them. You got allergies. You're allergic. Your body does not like it because it's not natural. Okay, so when we're talking about marijuana, and I'm ready to get into sex, but marijuana has a male and a female. It's the female that has what they know as the THC, or the stuff that makes you high when you light it up. That's where the medicinal properties lie, in the female part of the plant. Now, if you even think about smoking a male, what you're going to get is a headache. They tell you can't even smoke the male. The male doesn't contain the medicinal properties, but that's in the female.